This is a new thing. Welcome to the very first junior PioPitch. I'm Jackie Corosani, the Director of Entrepreneurship Program here at Marietta College. Last year, was it, Tasha? That was your idea. This is all your idea. I will introduce Tasha Waring. She's the Director of Building Bridges to Careers and the Marietta City Administrator. Tasha was here last year making a presentation, and then during or maybe after this presentation, she said, oh, what if we had a junior PioPitch for younger kids? And now it's becoming a reality. What we're going to do today, we have opened this PioPitch to high school students and middle school students. The middle school students come from Chapman Foundation, and high school students come from Marietta High School. We put a grant proposal together, and we presented that to Marietta Community Foundation, and they accepted our proposal. So we thank them and all of their donors. So on the tables in front of you, you see the name of the donors. I also thank Arthur Vining Davis, which has been supporting all of our programs for about a couple years now. Katie Hall is junior at Marietta College, majoring in business management and double minoring in leadership and entrepreneurship. Katie Hall has been working with Chapman students to kind of prepare them for this PioPitch.
I have 3 students. So I have Elizabeth, and then I have Kaden and DJ. So they're going to tell you about their ideas.
Okay.
I am Tasha Wary. We're really excited for this opportunity this evening, and the students that are joining us are part of an entrepreneurship class at Marietta High School. And it's actually one class that's in the entrepreneurship pathway that's available, and the teacher, Adam Eichhorn, he's actually adjuncting through Stark State College. And all of this came about because we were a part of something called the Young Entrepreneur Consortium. The Young Entrepreneur Consortium is a consortium of schools that got together and decided that we wanted to put forth an entrepreneurship pathway in our high schools. So a whole bunch of high schools got together, got teachers credentialed to teach the classes, and we are all implementing the pathways. Marietta College is a partner in the Young Entrepreneurs Consortium, and the role that they play is they developed an entrepreneur camp called Drive Camp, and we've actually put on that Drive Camp for 2 years. And Katie Hall, who you guys just met, was one of the interns from Marietta College with Drive Camp last year. So there's all kinds of dots that we like to try to connect. So this is kind of coming to fruition, a lot of background work to get to this point. So without further ado, the students that are going to be presenting to you tonight, they are a combination of sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and they have been working diligently this whole semester. They've not only worked with myself and the Building Bridges to Careers coordinator, Tanya Davis, and the Epicenter director, Pamela Langford, but we also have a small business incubator called the Epicenter, which is in the Armory. Our students have been working with the 3 businesses that are being incubated there as well. They've heard it all. They've pitched their ideas, just kind of randomly, and they've gotten feedback from the businesses that are there. So it's been interesting. A lot of things coming to this point. They're going to give a 5 to 6 minute pitch, and then after their pitches, we are opening it up to the audience for questions. We kind of like to keep it to 2 or 3 because we've got 5 high school students, and then we also have our Chapman students. So while you're listening, please think of questions to ask. We have 5 high school students, and the first one that we are going to hear from tonight is Cyrus Rhodes. So Cyrus, if you would come on up, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Cyrus Rhodes, CEO and founder of Soul Search. And my business came about from me just wanting to buy shoes and never being able to find like a certain pair in stores or online. My app will be a place where you can come to find certain pairs of rare collectible like Michael Jordan shoes from other people that are collectors. The main focus of it is for people coming to find a certain pair of shoes where you can reach out to somebody who is a collector of these shoes, and the shoes will be shipped to me and my team where we'll make a commission off the sales. There's already a website that's already made, and the shoes on there cost way too much. I think they do, because they can range from over $1,000, and these are just this type of shoes that would be sold on my website. So we'll have a professional appraiser to be able to tell you the prices of the shoes. My team will be an appraiser who will tell you about the shoes and like the condition, and they'll set a reasonable price. And we'll have IT specialists for whenever their problems, and they'll help create, design, and work on our app. I'm here asking for $100,000 to start up my app. That will be able to help me pay for my team's salary and for different kind of computers and goods that we'll need to start up the business. And these are just different types of shoes that you would be able to find. Are there any questions?
Very good. Cyrus, I was wondering, my question is about having people ship them to you and then you ship them out. Would it make more sense potentially for you to just have them, you're kind of the platform, the shoe gets sent to directly from the seller to the buyer, but you still would get a commission?
It was going to be like a middleman service where you would be able to send it to me and my team, and we would be able to tell the buyer and stuff about the shoes.
Do you anticipate that there'd be some kind of negotiation between the appraisers and the person selling the shoes, or would they just kind of take whatever the price would be set?
So they would send it to us to tell, like, if that's reasonable, because we don't want people to get like overcharged and things like that.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Okay, the next student that we are going to have this evening is Brandon Olajano. If you would come on up, please, Brandon.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Brandon Lajano, and I want to start this introduction off by saying I am from Helping Hands Networking, a nonprofit organization, and I want to start off with a little bit of backstory before I start going into in-depth with anything else. My dad was 18 when he came here from Romania. He grew up in poverty. He struggled for the longest while because he didn't have a lot of money. He finished off his high school, and then he decided, oh, I love this country. I want to stay a little bit longer. So after that, he started a family, and then he started struggling for a while because he didn't have a lot of money and he didn't know what to do. So he eventually started learning how to do stuff. I grew up and I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of resources. I didn't have a lot of opportunities because I was kind of just shut down for a while. So it kind of shined on me, hey, we can help this. We can start helping people come here and start like being successful. We can be that connecting factor, that resource that stands people up, that gives them a head start. I wanted to talk a little bit about the services that we provide. First off, it's education. So with education, we're going to be connecting the people that want to come here and maybe finish their degrees, and also the students that are going to come along and connect them to those resources. For medical attention, it's going to be doctors and specialists that would be willing to give up their time to these clients of mine. So it would kind of give those doctors exposure, but along it would really help them. So for housing, I would be taking on this aspect myself, and I would be connecting to people with living arrangements that they would be fit for. I wouldn't want them to be unfit with their living arrangements, not being able to provide themselves. Because people can go and live and struggle. They can go to certain places and they might pay too much for something. I'll help them find a right solution to their problem. For counseling, I would have cultural counselors along with just regular counselors. I would be helping people with the emotional aspect if they need help emotionally and mentally. And then lastly, employment. I would be having secretaries and also people connect with local resources and local businesses, trying to find jobs for these people. And then I want to start talking a little bit about statistics. Around 12 million people live in Ohio. Around 15,000 people live in Marietta, Ohio. Students from around the world are always coming here to Marietta College, for example, to Cleveland, to Ohio State University, to Ohio University. 500,000 people, immigrants, came here and have a home here. So, like I said, I was going to be taking on the housing aspect myself, so I don't have to hire anybody and have any problems with that. Because like I said, I want to ensure that these people will have a steady living. So for medicals, doctors, I already explained that, and counselors. All right, so funding and resources. My company is a nonprofit, as I started off saying. I'll be looking for around $150,000 so I can start up and get build a building, be able to be self-sustainable. Start off right, because I want to ensure that I have enough money to be self-sustainable for a while to provide these services, because I really do want to help people with this problem. What will the funding will accomplish? I already said that, to become self-sustainable, and thank you for your time. Any questions?
This is a really admirable idea, and I particularly like the fact that it's tied to your own family. When you have a nonprofit, often you have to partner with other nonprofits or other entities that
Yes.
do similar services. So I was wondering if you thought about who you might partner with in order to better serve the same populace that all of you are seeking to reach.
I knew that I would have to partner up with somebody because that's the way nonprofits do work, so thank you, yes. Any other questions?
You know, just looking at how you described your own passion for it because your family's experience with immigration, is there any component you can imagine adding to it where the different people who are part of the program are able to communicate with one another and share experiences with one another instead of just being isolated in pockets, somehow have a support amongst the community too?
So I was kind of thinking of that because they shared experiences with other people, so I'd like to take that into effect with the counseling, so Any other questions?
I thought you had great presence and passion. Have you thought about, with your website, adding a video of yourself presenting your story? Because I think you do have a good story.
I would be able to relate to other people, and I would have that more emotional factor then. I wouldn't be like standing in front of a crowd, everybody looking at me. It'd be better, so. I would really love to do that and connect my emotional factor to that because it would help immensely.
Get ready for that because I think you have good presence on stage. So you may want to do this for a living, like be a teacher or something. Thank you so much.
The next student that we're going to have come up is Spencer Tenney.
I messed up.
Come on up, Spencer. It's like The Price is Right. Come on down.
So my name is Spencer Tenney, and my business is the Marietta Makerspace. My biggest inspiration is Adam Savage, as well as my grandfather. He helped me build things in his shop, did all kinds of cool stuff. Adam has done some pretty cool stuff over the years, shown me a lot of cool techniques and ways to make things on my own. One of my biggest problems with school nowadays is that we don't really have like wood shop anymore. We don't have metal shop anymore, and I don't really know how we can kind of get this to people in our community so that they can learn how to make things as well. So I came up with the Marietta Makerspace, which is a small community learning center for students, trade workers, all kinds of people to come and learn how to make things on their own so that they can be like building props, cosplay, whatever they want to do. It would also be really useful for trade workers. They could come and improve their skills, or they could give other people their practices and improve their trade. What I was looking at to get was I really need people, technicians, things like that to help keep all of the machines working in order, all that like CNC, scroll saw, metal presses, advertising specialists as well, because I want to make sure that I can get as broad an audience as possible, so a lot of people are coming in and learning about making. Funding is partially can be taken on by the Nation of Makers. Adam Savage is at the helm of it. It's got a bunch of interesting people in the making community, like the former, was a cabinet member or something on the committee of making in the White House, and they kind of make sure that people can know best practices and help fund other businesses work on their making and all that, so that they have better workshops and know what they're doing and all that. That's pretty much it. Any questions?
I think this is a really cool idea, and I think
Thank you.
a lot of people are like looking for those kind of outlets, especially myself. Like I like to do things hands-on. But I just have a question, like you personally, what kind of things that you would like to get out of it? Like what kind of machines or?
I'm not sure really what I want to get into at the moment, but I've really wanted to try a lot of these things, and I can't really do it because of school. So kind of just a little bit of everything. I'd want to make sure it's diverse enough that people could stay interested and figure out what they want to do as well.
You know why this is such an interesting idea to me is that it goes across different purposes. It sounds like, there is education for career training and that kind of craftsmanship, but it sounds like also you're interested in the artistic element of that. And I don't know to what degree this is a question or a comment you could just elaborate on. How important for you is it to be something that is maybe useful in career planning for people, yet also something where they can just kind of express? And I just saw the variety of things you had there, the hobbyists, enthusiasts, craftsmen.
It would be for connecting people to like getting like trades like welding and metalworking and all that, but it also would be really really important for people to come and be able to express themselves like that. So that's really important as well, yeah.
This might be something that you might be able to partner up with somebody on, like a school or
yeah, actually
even.
I was thought about it a little bit. I know they do stuff other than just welding cars and stuff. I've seen some of the art pieces and things that they make up at the Career Center, so it'd definitely be pretty interesting to make a connection there.
The next student that we have is Grayson Turner. Come on up, Grayson.
All right. So good evening. My name is Grayson Turner. I am the owner and CEO of M3 Music, and today I'm here to present to you my business idea. And so I'll go ahead and get started on a little backstory. I am a musician. My family are musicians, and I grew up playing music with my family, and pretty early on I realized that the instruments for children were really poorly made. Like the strings were poorly made, the casing was really bad, and the strings never stayed in tune. I was fortunate enough to take lessons from my family, but a lot of kids now, they don't have access to that until they are in middle school, which in a musical career, it's really critical to start early. So a lot of the kids that start out in middle school usually end up not going into a musical career because they are either unprepared or they just find something else that they're interested in. That sparked my idea for M3 Music, which is music, merch, and mentoring, which is the 3 aspects of my business. M3 Music provides an easier way to find local instructors and instruments, and we focus on children as well as adults, which is really critical, as I said earlier, because the instruments that are poorly made for kids won't be beneficial to them if they're looking for a musical career. We offer merchandise for different artists and companies like Fender, AC/DC, and different bands. We have the unique ability to order products from location, which is really what sets us apart, is because we are a local business that if your instrument that you're looking for is not available on site, is that we would order it in for you. So the instruments that we offer is the first M, which all of our instruments are based on a range of quality, price, and brand. Instruments offered are your orchestral instruments, which is like your woodwind, your brass, your stringed, guitar, banjo, percussion, and piano, basically just the family of instruments. So the second aspect of my business, like I said earlier, is merchandise, which is the second M. My business offers stickers, t-shirts, vinyls, CDs, nostalgic things as well. And the last M of my business is instruction, which we offer instruction with one-on-one local professors that is set up on a weekly, bi-weekly schedule. It's $17 to $20 per hour per session, and each session is categorized on a range of beginner to intermediate, which is people that are just beginning to play music and the people that need further instruction. So what I really need to get my business started is musical instructors and skilled musicians that are available locally so that it's easier to offer kids as well as the different age groups their instruction, as well as a instrument appraiser, because this would allow the ability that people that need to order instruments, they need to know if it's a good company and if the price is reasonable for what they're getting. A little product overview is, once again, is the business is offering instruments, ordering instruments on site, instruction, vinyls and CDs, and just merchandise. Thank you for your time. I'm Grayson Turner, and have a good afternoon.
Grayson, excellent presentation. The most important thing is that you hit on so many pieces that are important for a business plan for people to think through. One of the things that I was interested in whether or not you looked at is what does the competition look like locally for your business? Are there other stores doing similar things? Maybe one thing, maybe all of them? Is there something that's just like what you're doing?
CA House offered the ability to order instruments in, but it wasn't advertised very well. Like, people didn't know it. Like, I had to ask them about it. Like, it wasn't advertised, and they said nobody hardly does it anyway. I also looked around the store, and there's not a lot of merchandise, which is for people that are generally interested in music. So that's what my store would offer as well, because I don't see a lot of stores that are, like, band-oriented.
I couldn't agree more. I think it was a wonderful presentation. Could you tell us a little bit more about who you believe your customer will be? You mentioned children, but who do you think would be your typical customer?
I did think about that was the parents of band kids, because I'm in band. I know how hard it is to find an instrument that's a reasonable price and actually good quality. And so I think my business would really help parents that are looking for their child's instruments, or people that actually gave up on music, because that happens a lot, and who are still interested in taking lessons.
I took piano lessons when I was 48 years old, so don't forget about older people. You may have a little bit of a market there. So.
All right, thank you.
I think your idea is so great, and I also think it'd be a great idea to not only market to consumers, but to also market to other businesses and organizations. So especially with the smaller instruments that you're working on for the children, that would be great to market to schools to purchase for their music classes as well.
Okay, and our last high school student pitcher is Zach Deskins. Come on down.
Well, hello everybody. I'm Zach Deskins, owner of Turncup, and today I'd like to start off with showing you how my product will work. Would anybody be willing to try coffee? You want to try it? Well, no. I think there you go. My bad. What's wrong with it? There it is. With my product, it will be a turn cup. It will be able to change the temperature of your drink at any time. Saying back to that, as a business person, you'll be very busy. So you'll have your drink. You might have a meeting to go to or something. So you're going to set it down, and you'll walk away. And then when you come back to it, it's going to be cold. When you come back to it, you're probably just going to pitch it. Well, you paid $1.50 for that, say. You'll pitch it. That's $1.50 down the drain. Say you do that once a week. You're going to end up spending $75 on coffee that you just poured down a drain. $40 for the turn cup that you could buy. And that's $30 in your pocket every year. I thought about this when this winter I was shoveling driveways, and I poured hot chocolate, and I went out for an hour, and then when I came back, it was cold. The difference between my cup and a regular insulated cup is you will be able to charge it, and it will hold its charge over a matter of time, say like 10 hours or so. It will be through a wall outlet, and there will be like a little USB port on the side, so you can plug it in and charge while you're sleeping at night, and then the next day it'll be ready to go. But the power is in your hands. That's my kind of point I'm trying to go against. So you'll be able to heat and cool, and then the temperature will be on the sides, and you can go up or down on it. I would go for the market of college students or people that like to be outside a lot. Younger parents are trying to heat their milk bottles, then they could put the milk in there and it would heat up. For the inside of it, I thought about running on the recharge, but I wasn't 100% sure on how I could really work the inside of it. I talked to Mr. Manning from the Epicenter, and he gave me an idea on how air conditioners run. But he told me that I should change to a lithium battery because those will be a lot more power behind it. The daily problem would just be keeping your drink hot or cold all day. I would like to get $5,000 for making a prototype and paying the people who is helping me make it. And I don't want to go on into business. I just want to make this idea and then move on to another one and sell it. Who's up to turn up?
I think that's a really interesting invention. I think the picture kind of scares me a little bit because I see cords and everything's so like cordless now, but with a little like help with design, I think you'd be able to make a more concealed cup. Wouldn't be too like obvious, bulky. Also, you could partner with the makerspace that we might potentially have for creating it. So that might be something that you guys could work on and invent.
I just wanted to bring up, there's an idea that's kind of with the same kind of wiring that would be required for this out there right now, where they're starting to make heated jackets that also charge that USB port type thing. So that would definitely be something I'd look into with that to try to figure out how to actually make the product come to life.
But I figured that a cord would be easier. I like that better. But it was super expensive too, so. But like the cup that I saw online was like $140, and it like charges your phone too, so.
This is a really good idea, Zach. Have you thought about how heavy it would be compared to other types of thermos cups?
Just a little bit more than, say, a Yeti. I don't want to go against Yeti because I'd like to go higher than Yeti, but yeah, just like a little bit more, just to add the engine in it.
What was the most exciting thing you learned in the process of innovating like this?
I learned more about how people need to really connect and how you need to really network with people and make sure that you have everything you need and how to kind of get what you want through the people rather than having to make everything on your own, which was really helpful.
All right, well, the most exciting thing for me was learning the entrepreneurial mindset. Also learning how to connect with people. I love dealing with the emotional factor. That's one of the things I like dealing with. So that was one of the most exciting things about creating this process.
Are we ready? Let's go.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Haller, and this is my company. It's called Naturally Elegant. My business, I will be selling beauty products such as sugar scrubs and lotion. These products will be moisturizing and leave your skin feeling refreshed. What are my products? The products that I will be selling are sugar scrub, which is made with sugar and coconut oil with natural dyes, and I will also be making lotion. Who will I sell my products to? I will be selling my products to local salons, and my merchandise will appeal to people between the ages of 10 and 17. What makes my product different? My product will be natural and not full of chemicals. It will be moisturizing and will leave your skin feeling beautiful. Will my target customers want to buy my product? Yes, my target customers will want to buy my product because it will be very affordable. They will be in large portions, so it will last long. Any questions?
I like that idea, but can you state the price?
It kind of depends on where I sell it to, but I would say somewhere between $2 to maybe $6, probably.
Why?
What about the rest of us? I'm 18.
I didn't know if it would appeal to people older.
Have you thought about any scents for your lotion or your sugar scrub?
Was kind of going to base my scents on the season for some of them, and then some will just be like just what I have for every product.
Have you talked to friends and family to see what they like about this idea?
I did do that.
You didn't bring us any samples or anything today?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.